For our first down today, take a look at this video. No, it's not the Avengers assembling, but it is a welcome sight for Bears fans. Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze, Colston Loveland, Luther Burden, and Jahdae Walker all met up in Los Angeles to train at USC's facilities. This is cool, guys. The fact that teammates are training together in the offseason, it's nothing new, but it is for this crew. What does this tell you about the young core of the Bears?
This tells me that Caleb Williams is assuming ownership over this team, over this receiving core, over his own improvement. And if you look at what they're doing, Clay, this is what every receiving core needs to do in the NFL in the offseason. But where's Cole Kmet? Is it because it was at USC? A Notre Dame guy wouldn't be caught dead at USC working out in the offseason? No, but this is seriously a very good development for the Bears.
I love it. The offseason is where the quarterback earns trust. Not in August, not in the fourth quarter, in April, May, June. This is where they earn trust. And I just go back to a quick story in my time in the league. When I was in Jacksonville, we drafted a guy, big, 6'6", big arm, third overall pick. But I remember in the offseason, when we would try to do this, I flew out to California, similar to this, and we're supposed to have 3 throwing sessions, and it was so unorganized. We only got 2 throwing sessions in. One of them, we didn't even get through the full throwing session. It was so unorganized. And then I remember a couple years later, I go to the New Orleans Saints, and Drew Brees was the quarterback. And Drew Brees was so put together, so structured. He bought my flight first class, put me up in a 5-star hotel, picked me up at 6 a.m. every morning, had 20 plays to get through, then did some extra stuff. I remember one time after I caught a ball, I brought it back to him and said, I put it on the ground. Drew looks at me and says, Clay, hand me the ball. I don't like to bend over more than I have to. But this is where you see the good quarterbacks versus the great quarterbacks in the offseason, in the spring, in the reps when you're improving. And that's what I like to go back to, the Jaguars versus Saints.
And that comes with experience, too, right? This is Caleb Williams' 3rd year. He's going into his 2nd year with Ben Johnson. This is something that comes with confidence, comfort, the ability to say, this is my team now, guys. And I can't help but notice that there is one guy that's not there who got traded to the Buffalo Bills and DJ Moore. And I wonder if the fact that Caleb Williams is now the oldest player in that video that you saw, if that just sort of gives him the sort of stamp of approval, like, okay, this is my offense now. I'm ready to run the show.
That's interesting. I think this is also falls under the category broadly of leadership. He is the leader of this offense, the leader of this team, and now he's asserting that. And that experience matters. Now he is in year 3. He's not the new guy anymore. DJ Moore isn't there. So also that funny chemistry that maybe we wondered about, he doesn't have to worry about any longer. So this is, I think, a great sign. Remember when people wondered and worried about Caleb Williams, the leader? Would he do the extra stuff that quarterbacks do? Yes, the answer is.
Yeah, he's setting the standard for the whole building here, getting the guys together, taking the initiative, get them all out there. Let's work out. Let's work on the drops. And this is where you work on your timing, your drops, your accuracy, getting comfortable. Not when you go into OTAs, not in training camp. Right now is the perfect time.
I think it's great, and it's fun to see, and it gets you excited. I also can't help but draw on a recent memory of mine where Colston Loveland was sitting here in this building at the United Center watching the Michigan Wolverines in the Elite Eight, and he was sitting with Luther Burden. Like, this is a group that is coming together, and it's going to be really fun to see what they all do together in year 2 as an offense, and potentially what other pieces could be added to that group as well. Let's move on to our second down of this opening drive, as there was a recent clip that caught our attention. Emmanuel Acho asked Commanders defensive end Charles Omenihu about quarterbacks in the NFL. Take a listen.
Let me get your 5 scariest quarterbacks in the league to face. Can't count Pat because you played with Pat.
No order. Yep. Josh, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford.
Okay.
I got 2 more. Lamar.
Yep.
Lamar
Okay.
for sure. Lamar for sure.
1 more.
And then if I had to do 1 more, I gotta put my dog Caleb Williams with the. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, somebody that has shown over and over and over that it ain't over until the fat lady sing.
Mm-hmm.
And he can run, and he can make every throw, every single throw. That's somebody that you got. I respect the hell out of his game. After this past year, I respect his game crazy.
Yeah.
Because he has shown it in moments where it's like, bro, it's time. He doing it.
Mm-hmm.
He throwing dots.
Yeah.
And then he going cold shoulder on your Iceman, Drake, drop the album, bro.
Please drop the album.
Drop the album, bro.
We are all waiting for the Iceman album. Guys, that is really cool to hear and cool to see. And I think when you think about Caleb Williams being grouped into that category of scariest quarterbacks to play, what it tells me is that he's not going to surprise anyone this upcoming season. He has put the league on notice.
No doubt about it. And I think it's interesting when we do our rankings and the tiers and all those things. Those are fun and interesting. But when you get the respect of your peers and maybe even the fear factor, that is when you know you've taken a step as a quarterback. Being in that company, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Caleb Williams, and I know that he doesn't play against Jay Daniels, but you'd think Jay Daniels would be in that group too, possibly. But just being in year 3 in the top 10 of the quarterbacks is exactly where you thought Caleb Williams could be.
You're exactly right, David. To get this from someone you're playing against, from a guy that's seen a lot of football, a guy on the defensive side of the ball, to say he's in your top 5 guys you fear, they fear the talent, they fear the ability. The next thing I want them to fear is the consistency and the boring stuff, the completion percentage, the timing, and all that. If that all comes together, it's going to be a great day in Chicago, and Chicago's going to be deep in the playoffs every year because you see the talent, the ability, the arm. Defensive players already talking about it. Next comes the consistency.
And what a great reputation to have as somebody who comes through in the clutch to the point where you have a nickname you want to trademark, where you have something that other players are noticing, and you have that quality where your team is never going to be out of it.
I think it's very encouraging to think that this is something that Caleb Williams can build off of, Clay. As you mentioned, there are, of course, areas for improvement, but this is somebody that is going to be scary to face, and now you just have to make sure that you continue to be scary because teams now know how to prepare for you. I think that was what was so exciting about last year, was that it was all sort of new for everyone because his rookie season was such a throwaway season. Last year, the Iceman, the fourth quarter comebacks, inside 2 minute, that was all a surprise. And the way they kept doing it over and over, can't do it again. He can't do it again. No way they'll do it again. Sure enough, he kept doing it again. And I think everyone's going to expect that and prepare for it.
They will both expect and prepare for it. But those other guys in that category that were grouped with him, they've been preparing for those guys for years as well. It doesn't always work.
Hopefully he just blows them out this year, right? Hopefully you don't need to have fourth quarter comebacks.
No more close games.
Yeah, no more close games. How about our third down, guys? As we have a trade, and it took place from a team in the division. The Packers are reportedly sending wide receiver Dontayvion Wicks to the Eagles for a pair of day 3 picks. Philly will be giving him a 1-year, $12.5 million extension once that deal is complete. Clay, this is 2 teams that you care about. 1, a Bears rival, and 2, the team that drafted you. What do you make of this deal?
I think for the Eagles, it's not them saying A.J. Brown's definitely out. It's them preparing for any possibility of the offseason. I think this is giving Howie Roseman a lot of runway here. If you want to get rid of A.J., guess what? We brought in another weapon, another guy that we know can catch the football. If we don't, guess what? This is a guy that's shown that he can produce when his name's called. He only had 30 receptions last year, but he is a guy that's consistent. Packers, I think it's a vote of confidence in Matthew Golden. They still got Jaden Reed. You still got Christian Watson. Those are 3 top-tier receivers. They signed Sky Moore. You obviously got Tucker Kraft coming back. You got a solid second tight end, Luke Musgraves. They still have enough talent, only got a 5th-round pick. So I honestly think this is a win-win for both teams.
Yeah, I think Green Bay is going to look at the draft to try to maybe upgrade their wide receiving core because they now lose Dobbs and they also now make this deal. And I think they says that maybe they weren't happy with that group. This is a deal, though. I do. Yes, it's protection about A.J. Brown, but I think it maybe brings you one step closer to dealing somebody that's been a problem in Philadelphia or maybe clearly wants to get out. So now you have some leverage perhaps going into any deal because you have protection if you want to unload him. I think this probably is good for the Bears because it weakens the Packers at a position group where that was very deep.
Yeah, and I think it tells you that if they are looking to add to that position group, they're probably going to try and do it in the later rounds of the draft maybe. And I think that's interesting when you talk about this wide receiver class, Clay, that everyone has said is a deep class, maybe even the Bears are looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a deep class. They get another pick, so they'll have 8 in the draft. They obviously don't have a first-round pick that they traded for the Micah Parsons deal. So there'll be an opportunity for them. No first-round pick, though. When they do have a lot of needs, edge rusher, you want to fix that offensive line. They've lost some players. So it does put them in a little bit of a bind if they do want to add a receiver because there's so many other needs on that roster.
After drafting a receiver in the first round last year, there's no way they're going to draft one, I think, in the early rounds. So it's going to be late round guys that try to provide some quality depth. but they do have some success with developing that position.
And Jahdae Walker is in the mix at USC, as we saw in our first down, so don't count out that man. Okay, moving on to fourth down. It is mock draft season, everyone. Let's go to the experts. Everyone's got an idea of what the Bears are going to do at number 25 overall. There is a wide range of positions and players that the Bears could be taking at that 25th overall pick. Here locally, guys, Brad Biggs put out his mock draft 2.0 of the Chicago Tribune. He has the Bears taking edge rusher Keldrick Falk out of Auburn. Want to get your thoughts on that one?
I'm very surprised. I can't wait to talk to Biggsy about this on the radio on Mully and Haugh Monday morning because I look at Falk and I see a guy who has traits. Clay, I think he looks like a Dennis Allen guy, but he has not been very productive. 10 sacks in 3 seasons. Yes, he could maybe stand next to Montez Sweat and you couldn't tell them apart, but no, I don't like the idea of drafting an edge rusher that doesn't have a lot of sacks.
Yeah, he's not even an edge rusher. If you watch his tape, he's the first guy off the bus. He's the guy that looks like Tarzan coming off the bus, 6'6", 285, almost 35-inch arms, almost a 7-foot wingspan. But he's a guy that can play 4-eye, 5 technique, edge rusher, but he's not great at any. He's a jack of all trades, a master of none. Honestly, I don't know if he's going to be there, but it's like you look to last year, Shamar Stewart type guy, a Michael Williams type guy. Ton of traits. Looks like he should be able to perform. 2 sacks last year. Why aren't you dominating the competition at Auburn?
It sounds like you were describing Daiwa Dangbo when the Bears signed him in free agency last year. And then he came over without a lot of production, with a lot of potential. And I know he got hurt, but I don't think that before the injury, he was meeting expectations. And I think if you draft a guy like Falk in 25, you won't have as high expectations, but you're going to be expected to contribute quickly. I don't know. I think they could do better.
If you want to stop the run and you're looking for a big, long guy that does have some upside, then you can go ahead and make this pick. But like you said, David, he is not going to give you anything right away if you're looking to affect the passer. That's not him. At 25, maybe you could take that risk because he's in the top 10 or 15.
And David's been clear. He wants a day one starter at pick 25.
Yes. If you go in defense, you need somebody that's going to contribute right away.
Right.
I think when you look at Dylan Thieneman from Oregon, he's the one that if he's still on the board at that position, you get a guy that can contribute from day one. You remake your secondary and you help that need.